We are once again. We had a slow start up here on the live stream. It's saying that I have a very bad connection, so we'll see if we can't muddle through this. Hopefully, hopefully we'll be able to get through this. And that is so. Resolve on these Sunday night live streams. We've been really been. So let's see here. Yeah. All right, we're gonna real quick. Make sure it's working right. All right, so I guess it is working. So, not seeing anything in chat. I'm having some technical issues with YouTube lately. So we'll go ahead and give it a try. Anyways, let's get things started. We got our hands on these new Moonlets. These are ML091. It's a tube fly hook. There we go. It says we got 3 people watching and a thumbs up. All right, so that means we're doing pretty good. All right, we got Steve Trebowski in the house. Welcome. Ow, son of a gun. Sharp hook, look out. All right, so these are big O size 2 hooks. You know, for some they're an average size hook, and for some of us they're huge. Anywho, we are articulating, and we are going to end up using some, there they are, some 7/8 fish joints. This is from Fly Tires Dungeon, and we'll just get that out. We'll put it on and we'll take it off here, but this will extend the length of our fly almost by half. And we'll get to that when we get to that. But what we are tying up tonight is something that has been it's worked for me in the past, and it's actually what I got my first couple of walleye on. We'll switch hooks real quick. And it's this Hellgrammite pattern. So what I want to do is I want to tie up something similar with a little twist. And yeah, it fishes great. It rides hook side up. 60-degree jig bend hook. So that's where we got the ideas coming from for this here pattern. And we'll see what we can do with this. I'm going to start off using a 40 den black thread. I don't need anything big. It's a side hook. Looks like a side hook. It's just not necessary. Go ahead and trim off our on the back end. I want to encourage this as much as I can to ride hook side up. So in a vain attempt, I'm going to tie on some lead wire on the top side of the hook. I'm not going to wrap. I'm just going to do the top side. And hopefully this will help encourage encourage this fly to ride hook side up. It's a little bit of weight up here. Let's see here. What did I just see in the chat? Watching Ozone Brewery with the Wow. And the Wow is an upside down mom. All right. For our tail, we are going to be using some of this black ostrich. I've been going pretty hard on this black ostrich lately, and that's all right. What good is a material if you are not to use it? So, being a size 2 hook and being this is our tail, this is how we're going to roll with this. We're just going to go with a nice sizable chunk. Sounds like a zipper. Trimming into that. All right. And it's going to seem a little excessively long at first, but I assure you, once we get everything put together, this won't seem too bananas. Get that ostrich locked in on the back. Look at that. We'll run this forward and tie this in up front here. Trim all that madness away. We don't need that. There we go. We do want to keep it nice and clean up front. You always want to keep your work nice and clean. All right, we're back to our tail. Here, let's tie in some black crystal flash. And what I like to do is I like to trim a corner so I can just pluck a couple of strands out. 1, 2, 3 strands. That's all I'm going to go for here. 3 strands of black crystal flash. We'll fold those over. We'll multiply by dividing. Trim that in half. We'll tie this in on the near side of the hook. Couple of turns and we'll bump it forward just a couple of wraps. This will burn that little 1/4 inch of discrepancy in length, and we'll hide that. And now we got a little bit of black crystal on both sides. Say, ooh, that's nice. All right, we got our crystal flash in. What's next? What's next? We need a little bit of wire. A little bit of wire. W-I-R-E. All right, folks, here is pop quiz. Pop quiz. Who can tell me what size is this wire? It is a BR size. This is a UTC ultra wire. This is black, but the size is a BR. That's kind of peculiar because, you know, if it was, say, a medium, it would be MED, medium. And let's see. You know, we know what this is. This is a SM. That would be small. BR. What could that stand for? Pop quiz, everybody. Who's got it? Who's got it? Who's got it? Who knows? I know. I'm not asking just to ask. I'm asking to see if you guys know. Bum, 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 bum. Tie in our wire front to back. We'll just run that full length. All right, we got our wire in. Hey, let's do some peacock. Peacock curl. We'll do a little bit of peacock curl in here. And let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll go with 5 healthy strands of peacock curl. Why? Because I like it. Tie those in by the tips. Find the shortest one of the lot. There it is. There we go. I'll tie that in by the tips and run that to the rear. I like it. Make sure everything's perfecto. All right, let's see. I'm checking the chat. Nobody's got anything on the BR sized wire. What the BR stands for. We'll just keep it open. We'll keep the question open until somebody gets it. All right, next. Let's see, where's my little bag of tricks? There it is. There it is. It's hackle time, baby. It's hackle time. Let's do some neck hackle. And what I like about this neck hackle, it's a strung neck hackle, is how buggy these barbs are. These are just fantastic for what we're going for here. We're going for big and buggy. And I like this one. That's what I'm talking about. All right, we'll put the rest off to the side for a little bit. We'll get back to that here in a second. All right, let's prepare our feather. We'll just go ahead and get rid of the fluff. And we'll come in and do a little high and tight on either side of the stem. Boom, boom. We'll tie in this feather right here on the back side. Oh boy, nick that thread. Nope, nick it. All right. That's a long way to get a ham sandwich, but boy, by golly, we did it. All right. So, next, it's kind of like tying a woolly bugger. We're just going to palmer on our peacock curl. I'm going to do one turn behind. And we'll build our little underbody of peacock curl. Nice close touching wraps. Nice and easy, no big deal. Look at all that color underneath there. Now we can secure that down up front. A couple of nice tight locking wraps. And shazam. All right, next let's go ahead and grab our hackle. Once again, it's hackle time, baby. Palmer on our hackle. This is a nice, pretty black neck hackle. Look at that go. Just do nice, even, open. It's all about being even. Sparse is nice, but you got to be even to win. It's odd or even. All right, I think that's going to take us there. Let's go ahead and secure the hackle. All right. I like it. I like it so far. All right, now we got to bring our wire forward. Give that hackle just a little added insurance. We'll do one full turn here behind the madness. And just kind of give it a shake and wiggle through. It's kind of one of those things that the less you think about it, the more you just do it. You can just snake that wire through, and it's really no big deal. Here we go. That looks like a fun hot mess, don't you think? I think so. Just clean up a little head right here. Yeah, buddy. All right, 1, 2, 3 whip finish. And we'll finish this off. 1, 2, 3. Boom. All right, take a sip. We are getting our coffee on tonight. That is our beverage of choice this evening. All right, we need to add a little dab of Gluya. And just secure those thread wraps up front just a little bit. Let that soak into there. And that's all she wrote. Okie dokie. Now we are going to add in our, well, as Fly Tires Dungeon calls them, a fish joint. This is far from a fish. We'll use it just the same. And I'm going to put it in so it's has a little cotter pin side. This little extra joint is sticking up. We'll bump this back into the vise. And what I have found is a little magnet off to the side to hold the hook. And I am the winner chicken dinner with that. All right. Let's go ahead and cast on our thread. We'll trim off our excess. And I just like to spend a couple extra seconds up front doing a figure 8 or 2 around this little front portion. So really, it's happened a couple of times where it's slipped and rotated and popped down and out with, you know, it's amazing how much thread tension you can actually end up building up with just thread. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come in and build up my base all the way to the vise. That's as far as we'll take it. And while we're up here, we're going to add a little dab of Gluya right into the thread. And just let that soak in there. And as that dries, that'll give us a nice solid foundation to build upon. Get it nice and clean. There we go. All right. Next, let's see. On the first ones I was experimenting with, I was using the yellow eyes. The chartreuse. This one I'm going to switch up and go back to the original red. And by tying the eyes in on this side of the operation, you know, we're adding more weight and we're encouraging this fly to ride in the water column hook side up. We want it to float upside down. So with that little added strip of lead on the back over there, and the lead dumbbell eyes, we'll see. We have to wait a few months to see how this all shakes out, but because bass season is not open. All right, little dab of glue right between the eyes, right in that thread. You can use super glue. It doesn't really matter. A couple of turns this way, a couple of turns this way. Uh-oh. Where'd that one come from? There it is. There, you know where that's going? Nowhere, that's where. Oh, I finally can see all the chats. All right, Steve Trabowski, you get a gold star. He came in with the brassy. That was like 10 minutes ago. Jimmy says, awesome. And you got some Girl Scout cookies. I always like that picture floating around on the internet. It's like, I was clean for almost a year, and then my dealer came back, and it's a little girl sitting on the little castle, little mountain of, oh, what were we going to do? We're going to do our little rubber legs. That is apparently a common thing to forget. So I just got a little black rubber, little round black rubber legs. And on these, I want some to stick forward, protruding forward, and I want actually some to kind of kick back off to the side. So we'll just tie this in right about in the middle. We'll cheat it forward just a little bit. That looks good. We're on the left side, just kind of down. There we go. We'll bump our thread forward. We'll go up and over the dumbbell eyes and up towards the eye of the hook. Well, at this point, it's not really the hook, it's the fishbone shank. There we go. All right, a little bit of work. We'll get that facing forward again. I'm not going to lose any sleep over that. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Where's my... So what Girl Scout cookies are you eating there, Jimmy? I am a big fan of the peanut butter ones and the Samoas, the things with the little coconut in it. That's some good stuff right there, I tell you what. Alright, we got our little rubber legs on now. We'll bump our thread back to that back half of the hook. And I'm just going to shorten those up just a little bit. There we go. The peanut butter ones. What do they call those? It doesn't matter. Those are good. Alright. So basically we're going to wash, rinse, and repeat. Same thing we did in the back, we're going to do in the front for the most part. No more ostrich. We're going to tie in our wire though. And we're going to pull it out like I just did. Go back and save that thread. Wasn't paying attention and just yanked it right on out. What's interesting is not having a hook tip to catch and bite. Alright, we're going to do a couple of turns here. We'll go in front of the eyes. And for giggles and grins, we'll just fold that back, up, and over. There, you know where that's going? Nowhere. That's where. Alright, let's go ahead and just set that off to the side nice and carefully. We'll get our peacock. Alright, now, so I got a little bit shorter of a distance, but I got a little trick I'm going to do here. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4 hurls. Let's come in on this. Boom. We missed one. Here it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. For hurl. Alright, we'll bump those all forward. And get any of that one random stray. Oh, come on, you. You with the face. There we go. All right, we got that on, and now we got to get our hackle on. Again, we are using a neck hackle. I like it because it's nice and spiky. A saddle hackle just wouldn't work. A soft hackle wouldn't work. This is what we're after here. We're looking for gangly and spiky and full of action and awesomeness. This one's a little chewed up to there, so look at that. We'll call that our trim off point and tie in our little anchor. There we go. All right. Oh man, that's a whole lot of It's actually quite an involved fly, but really not that much for material. Not like that not like the mailman. That had everything in the kitchen sink. 9 ingredients on that one. All right. Let's go ahead and palmer on our peacock. Now this is where I'm going to do something just a little bit different. Okay, we're right at the behind the dumbbell eyes. I'm going to pull them straight up. I'm going to divide them. Two by two. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap it forward of the dumbbell eye and then just back behind it. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. Just wrapping forward. And all I'm doing is just wrapping the dumbbell with the peacock curl. So that way it gets just a full coverage that way. That's all. Because I do leave that exposed a little bit. As in I'm not going to come in with any additional resin or anything like that there. Here we go. But we will take a few wraps of thread up front. All right, let's go ahead, palmer on our hackle. Nice big buggy that's what I'm talking about. Oh yeah. Right behind those dumbbell eyes. Really fill that in. Why not? We got the hackle. Might as well use it, right? Trim off that tip. And we'll come forward with our wire now. So quite typically we'll do that one full wrap at the rear. Just work our way through this hackle, bust up that madness. Here we go. And let's go ahead and just trim this off. There we go. Bump our thread forward. And we'll just take a second, build up our head up front just a little bit. Really to close off the eye on that little fish joint. And I like these little guys hanging out, swimming around up front. I think that adds a little bit. 1, 2, 3 turns. And we can draw that tight. You know, I have rattles somewhere. I acquired them. I set them off to the side. I don't know where they're at. I think, yeah, this would be a fun one to add a little rattler to. We'll just add that little dab of head cement in there. So there it is in its entirety. Let's so I'm thinking and I'm hoping that with the added weight that I don't know. We shall see, won't we? We shall see. Actually, what we can do, remove that hook. And the best part is it's on these new Moonlit barbless hooks, the ML092. Yeah. There we go. That was a fun tie, don't you think? I won't be able to get another one of those done in a half an hour. So what's your vote? Red or yellow? Which eyes do you like best? Let's see, there we go. I kind of like the red. Then again, if it ain't chartreuse, it ain't no use. Jimmy likes the yellow. Yellow, red. I think having them both in the box is just going to be a smash. But yeah, I think, and then again, I still have to, I have not fished this, so I don't know 100%. But I'm hoping that ultimately, in the end, this will hopefully yield me the same results as something like this. But I don't know, that might, I'm thinking maybe add, I don't know, what do you think on the main hook, on this main hook, should I add another set of legs? Or do we think this is enough? I think this is enough. I'm just a sad Hellgrammite. Wanna catch a fish. Alright, gang. We're gonna wrap it up at that. We're gonna keep this one short again. yeah, we'll leave it at that. Next weekend, oh my goodness, next weekend is St. Patrick's Day weekend, which means it is the Great Waters Fly Fishing Expo. And I don't know. We'll have to figure something out. I might be on my way home. I might be home. I don't know what my status will be. But I'm sure I'll be doing some live streaming or something at some point from the Fishing Expo. If you're in the Minnesota area, come on out, check it out. I will be at the Project Healing Waters table representing them and working with them, getting out the good word about Project Healing Waters and all the awesomeness that they do. So that's where I'll be for the most part. That's where my base station will be. You can find me at any one of the other lectures and seminars and classes and casting this and whatever. So, all right, guys and gals. Happy tying, tight lines. Peace.